Welcome to a new episode of the Focus Bee Show. Today's topic is the topic about focus. As the Focus Bee Show, obviously I'm highly passionate about focus, and today I will explain why I feel the focus leads to freedom and fulfillment. This is the main reason I'm passionate about focus. Focus is a tool, is a way towards this freedom and towards fulfillment. And today I'm going to explain why I feel that this is the case. First of all, I'd like to distinguish three main categories in terms of focus. First of all, there's the focus on the task at hand. This is the short-term focus. There's focus on our goals and direction. This is long-term focus. And this focus around our emotions and our thoughts. This is selective focus. These three parts are the parts in my book on focus that will be coming out some point in the near future. Currently in editing stage, in publishing stage. And these are the three main areas. Now let's look at them each in detail and why I feel, again, that this leads to freedom and fulfillment. First of all, short-term focus. This is when you're working on a document, on a task, on something for your work, and you need to be present and focused. This ability to stay focused, which requires both intention beforehand, what are you going to focus on, and then self-discipline. This, once you're able to do it, this short-term focus, leads to flow. Flow, the term coined by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, is really that feeling that we have when we're totally with the task, totally absorbed in it, we lose track of time, and we get carried away by this. And by definition, he explains in his book, Flow, that it's the optimal experience. This is fulfillment. So already, in that moment, when you're able to be fully focused on your task, this provides fulfillment through being in flow. Great example, me recording this video and audio right now. I am fully focused. Trust me, I can't be texting someone else at the same time or looking at my emails, and therefore I get into flow. I feel pretty good. I feel happy. I feel fulfilled. I'm enjoying this. Generally, the task that you're doing is aligned with maybe ability or skill or something you enjoy. And again, as Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi explains, you want this perfect ratio between challenge and skill. So you want to have enough skill and it to be enough of a challenge so that you can be in flow. But I have noticed that even if it's a task you're not enjoying that much, you can still get into flow and it would still lead to fulfillment. So this is where focus is so wonderful, because just the challenge of being focused, single tasking, not multitasking, not doing 20 things at once can help you to enhance this feeling of flow and make you more fulfilled. Not only this, but at the end of the day, when you look back, and you will have achieved a lot more, because flow is also linked to high levels of productivity, you will also feel fulfilled about your day. And then you'll also feel fulfilled about your week, etc., etc. So it really adds on to this. Before I finish this part on short-term focus, I'd also like to add the fact that if we look at the difference between instant gratification and close, immediate pleasure versus long-term fulfillment, obviously the long-term fulfillment makes us happier. And although it can be tricky to sometimes let go of this instant gratification, it is worth doing, because once we are aligned with what is most important for us and put our time and energy in this, it really does make us happier. So this is the first way in which focus and fulfillment are related. The second regards long-term focus, which is our direction and our goals. This is really what I was talking about this very second, which is the contrast between instant gratification and long-term fulfillment. If you're aligned with your visions, with your goals, with your direction, and you keep a clear focus on these goals, first of all, you're more likely to achieve them. So for all the high achievers out there, that would make you happy. But also there's a reason why you choose these goals. And the reason is because this is what adds meaning to your life. So you are maybe motivated by whatever it is, publishing a book, doing a talk, working in this company, having a family, whatever it is, like these goals and aspirations are what motivate you. And therefore, if you work towards them, if you focus on them, this will really bring fulfillment in your life. And it will also bring a sense of freedom because you will have extra mental space and no clutter because your focus is clear. And when you have this clear focus, you have more freedom because you have more freedom of space. You have more freedom as to how you go about reaching these goals. And paradoxically, you might feel the goals tie you down and that you're more free if you don't have goals and you do whatever you want, whenever you want. But actually, this will make you feel trapped because you'll be trapped from the chaos in your life. You'll be trapped because you're not able to achieve anything that you want to. And this ongoing mess and clutter mentally around you will not help you to feel fulfilled, grounded, or free. Can be hard to imagine, but really contrasted. Again, it has been proven that some structure can also help with creativity. So this is the same thing. This is a type of structure, some goals and visions, but then freedom as to how you reach them, as to what processes you put in place, versus no goals, no clear direction, total chaos. And it might feel fun for a bit, but after a while it feels a bit meaningless and you might lack purpose, and that really isn't fulfilling or contributes to a sense of freedom. So that was the second part in terms of the long-term focus. And last but not least, my favorite part of focus is selective focus. The concept of selective focus is that at any given moment, you can choose to focus on any specific thought or emotion. But let's look more at the thought aspect. Right now, you can choose to be thinking about what I'm talking about your work, about a conversation you had. And this is really a choice. Maybe your brain defaults to one, but you can bring it back to a different thought. This is a process that you can modify and work on if you have a strong meditation practice or mindfulness practice. But even if you don't, you can start building this habit of changing your thoughts and realizing that you are not your thoughts, and therefore you have a choice as to what you want to choose to focus on, hence the sense of selective focus. And what this will lead to is once you're able to pause your thoughts, to bring it back to what matters to you, to change the way you formulate things in your mind, this brings a huge sense of peace more than anything, which is obviously correlated with fulfillment and a sense of freedom in your life, because you know that you are in control of your thoughts, you can manage your emotions, you're not dependent on other circumstances or other people, and therefore you have freedom within yourself independently of the outside world, other people, things that are going on in your work. And this helps a lot in terms of this inner freedom. So these really are the three aspects of focus. I could talk about this all day. There's so much to say on this topic. This is why I wrote a book on it. The selective focus is my favorite because it really comes down to managing these thoughts, emotions, and actions, which is what the Stoics talk about. Manage what you can, what's in your control, and accept what is out of your control. So short-term focus on your task at hand, get into flow, amazing. Long-term focus, have clear goals and direction and work towards them, fantastic. And last but not least, the selective focus with managing your thoughts and your emotions so you can be at peace in any given moment and choose where you want to put your energy and your attention. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode on focus. I hope this has been valuable and useful for you. Please let me know in the comments or your reviews what is important for you in terms of focus, what you have learned through this episode, and what you'd like to contribute, ideas that you have on this topic. It is my absolute favorite, so I would love to hear anything you have to say on this topic. And if you feel that a friend or family member could enjoy this episode or benefit from the magic of focus, then please feel free to send that to them. Thank you so much for being here today. Subscribe to my channel. Again, leave me a review or comment to let me know, as this is one of my absolute favorite topics. Thank you for being here today.